Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. First of all, our goal was to make it to 300,000 subscribers before or the latest as we bring in the new year for 2022. We're inching there, but we're not quite there yet. Hit that subscribe button. Alright. A lot of people have been asking me, SouFlo, what's going on with the Beachy Stout situation? Give us an update. We haven't heard anything yet. All right. Well, shout out to the Jamaica Gleaner for this one. And we use these articles to fuel our commentary and for all intended purposes of a discussion only. We do not own the content. That's why I say shout out to the Jamaica Gleaner for this one. All right. Here it goes. Businessman Everton Beachy Stout. I almost said Bleachy Stout. You know, some of them man, they bleach out so much, you might as well call them Bleachy Stout. What the hell if Beachy Stout step out of prison brown? Oh. Anyhow, businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald, who is charged for the death of his two wives, is to return to court on February 3rd next year when the matter will again be mentioned. February 3rd of 2022. He recently went to court and this is what the findings were. MacDonald, who is 67 years old. Boy, rough pan you in there. You choose to go to prison now at 67. MacDonald, who is 67 years old, appeared remotely today in the Home Circuit Court, according to the Gleaner, to have his legal representation in both matters settled. The court was informed that legal representation was settled in one of the cases, not both. Listen to this. In the case of the July 20th, 2020 death of his second wife, Tanya Hamilton MacDonald, the younger wife who everybody said could have been his granddaughter, the businessman is being represented by Anthony Earl Hamilton. Oscar Barnes is charged jointly with MacDonald in this case. Hear this. Oscar Barnes is being represented by Ernest Davis. No representation has been settled for MacDonald in relation to the May 2nd, 2009 murder case of his wife, Marlene Petal MacDonald. So he has a lawyer right now that is only here to represent him concerning Tanya Hamilton MacDonald, his second wife, the younger wife, the most recent wife, and not one yet to represent him on his other wife, his first wife, Marlene Petal MacDonald's case. Following so far? Barnes was granted bail. Barnes is the one who was jointly charged with Beachy Stout. Barnes was granted bail in May, but he has not been able to take up the offer because his place of abode has not been approved. Remember the person. Remember, I know, three of them, you know. It was three of them that got charged, right? And one person turned against the rest of them and testified. Now, in that testimony, his words were deemed credible. So my question is this. After that man described how Barnes actually killed the young lady, how possibly, it's bad enough that Barnes got about 19 years for his part in it and his testimony, they gave him a break, a deal. How is it possible to offer bail to Barnes? How is it possible to offer bail to Barnes? Barnes was described in the testimony of the first person who turned against them and testified against them and took his plea deal and got lesser time in prison. But the way how he described that this man did this girl, Tanya, how him hold her around the headrest of the car seat, and how him stab up her chest, and then how he slit her throat, and then how they set the car on fire, and how he said he could not do it because him and Tanya were too close. He even was breaking down crying, saying, she trusts me, you know. That's why she end up there so that night there. She trusts me. That's why she end up there. So I couldn't do it because Beachy had actually given the specifics on exactly how he wanted her to be killed. and then the person described in that testimony that was deemed credible is offered bail. Me not understanding. And if his place of abode had been approved, he would be out on bail right now. I don't know if this is some kind of a strategy that the prosecution is using, the law is using to try to, like, you know, we have a saying in Jamaica, give him a rope for hang himself kind of thing. Maybe somebody out there want to kill him, let him out and make him go out there and make who fi kill him, or give him rope to hang himself, as in he's probably going to testify against Beachy himself anyways as well. But we're going to let him out a little bit for make him go outside and see outside again. Feel the breeze one more time. Feel freedom one more time. Now think to yourself, how long do you want to stay in prison? You want to stay in there for as long as ever, or do you want to cut a deal as well? That could be a part of their strategy. However, I am not prosecution, nor am I of the defense, so I don't know what their intentions is. My personal thing is that kind of sick and tired of seeing these kind of cases go by where people commit these horrendous murders and then they're able to wink an eye, drop 2 dots of tears, say I apologize or I'm sorry, and they walk away with little to no time, come out of prison young enough to be able to do this stuff again. No representation has been settled for McDonald in relation to the May 2nd, 2009 murder of Merlene Petal McDonald as of yet, and Barnes was granted bail. However, his abode was not approved. At least 2 previous submissions have been rejected by the police for bail for a location for Barnes to go. Them say no, that does say if can't go there, so stay in a prison. But you can get bail if you can find somewhere that we can approve. His lawyer today presented another address to the investigating officer, who has been ordered by the court now to complete check by December 17th. So if they check and it is approved, he will be out on bail for the Christmas. Remember, I know this is the man where the other person described me. I have to keep saying it again to let you understand the magnitude of this. This is the same person that the other person described as, because he was the one who was contracted to kill Tanya. And what he did was he subcontracted Barnes because he himself couldn't do it. However, he testified that he sat there and he watched him do it, him oversee the whole thing. He just couldn't do it because Tanya was too close to him and him feel some kind of way. It was, however, informed that the Crown is ready to proceed with the Merlene McDonald matter. So the Crown is now ready to take Beachy to court, to trial, to try him for the death murder of his first wife. Not quite ready yet for Tanya McDonald, the second wife case, which was most recent. Beachy Stout was previously represented by attorney Bert Samuels and Matthew Hyatt. However, they have informed the court that these arrangements were in relation to an application for bail for McDonald, not to defend him throughout trial during the case, just for an application for bail, which was denied by the court. The lawyers are now set to return disclosure materials to the prosecution by tomorrow so that arrangements can be made for the documents to be handed over to McDonald's new attorney. Barnes, which is the person that is tried with Beachy Stout, Barnes was further remanded until December 20th, while McDonald was remanded until February 3rd of 2022. So, in perfect understanding, Barnes was remanded until December 20th, 5 days before Christmas. Now, with 5 days before Christmas, they go back on the 20th and everything is in order. He has found a place. His lawyers have checked it out. Police has approved it. then he will be released on bail, because bail was already offered, conditions were already met, and whatever finances is there to pay for the bail is already there, so he is good to go. He just has to find a place that they approve for him to stay. So, long story short, if him find somewhere, he's out for the Christmas, enjoying himself, while Beachy Stout himself will be spending Christmas and New Year's incarcerated, and he will be back before the courts February 3rd of 2022. I hope this brings a proper understanding for all the people who are asking, SouFlo, what go on with the Beachy Stout case? You know, hear nothing else. The year I come to an end, you know. All right. There you have it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. This is Jamaica, and you know how things go already. Do you think that Beachy Stout is going to actually walk away from this somehow? Here is my prediction. My prediction is that for the first wife's case, unless they can come up with somebody as a physical witness, credible physical witness, then he's probably going to beat that case. On the wife's case of the second wife, Tanya, I don't think he can wiggle out of that one. So he is definitely going to be seeing some time behind bars, unless someone perverses the course of justice or somebody botches up his case to where the case is thrown out or something like that. But I don't expect that to happen, because if that was the case in the Vybz Kartel case, when the cell phone was taken from the evidence room, brought home by a police officer, then brought back to the evidence room following days after, and then presented into court evidence as to the judge, and the judge approved it to be used at trial, that case should have been thrown out. So something like that might have us see Beachy Stout case either thrown out or him get a new case, new trial, or something like that. Other than that, I don't see him walking away from the murder of the second wife. The first one, very possible. It happened a while back, okay? And you know, over time, things deteriorate. Witnesses migrate, gone to other countries, cannot be reached for testimony. Some people dead that was involved. Yes, some people dead that was involved in it and close to the situation. So we're talking about from 2009 into 2022. That's a long stretch of a time. I think they can manage to twist up and tarnish that part to where he can walk from that. My prediction. Leave your prediction in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.